Hello friends, welcome to my channel Unity KBH. Want to talk about the package manager, want to give you a overview of what it is, and we'll go through some user interface as well as create a custom package and see how we use this. As this is a part 1 of the package manager. In the part 2 I want to cover the concepts and a little bit deep dive into that. Okay, let's get into that. So in Unity package manager, just like any other tools like Visual Studio packages and things like that, gives you you can use the package manager to add more features to Unity. So that's the main purpose. You can even have assets download from asset store as a package, and you can utilize that in the project. So in Unity, if you go to under in the project hierarchy, project structure, you can see packages. In packages, these are all built-in packages. So you can see that some of these packages are all these packages are downloaded by default when you open the Unity, right? Um, so you can, if you go to one of the folders, you can see the package and some of the folders, and you can see the change log and things like that. And with the package, you can see that in the right side you can see what is the name of that. It has to be with some kind of standards followed with the com.unity or com.custom name and things like that. We will go through that in the deep session, but part 2. But in this one you can see what are the minimum things required for package to be loaded. These details, because it is a built-in, you cannot edit them. If it is a embedded package or custom packages, you should be able to edit this information. All this information is stored in package.manifest within the package. So this information is stored package.manifest, right? You can give what is the minimum version this package is required for to run. You can mention that minimum version, release, minor version. Also the description, you can mention what this package is for. Now dependencies. So this package may be dependent on multiple other things. You can add those things here, but in this case, because it is a built-in package, you cannot edit them. You cannot edit any of this information. We'll go through when we create a custom package how we can see that. Okay, so that's all about the packages within the package folder. Now there are some packages called immutable and some are mutable, right? We'll go through that in the detailed session, but I just want to let you know, right? So how do we access the package manager? So if you go to Windows and package manager, you can see that all the packages. In this case, in my project, I have all these packages. So we will go through this one what it is, but other than that, so Unity Technologies, these are all the packages are loaded when we open the blank project, right? So you can see this is all the project packages within the project, but you can also view all the list of packages from Unity registry. Unity registry is server, which is all the packages are created by Unity Technologies and published there. You can even all the packages are published there. It shows you that all those packages. Some of them are preview packages. So how do we access the preview packages? You just go to advanced in this Unity 2019.4 version, but in 2021 they have changed it to project settings, right? So here you can show the preview packages, right? It shows you that these are all the packages. Some of them are preview, some of them are release. So first one is major release, and then second one is minor release, and then the third one is release. Major versions, minor version, and then the last one is a release version. Okay, so each one of these packages, some of these packages has multiple versions. You can see in this one, you can see, you expand that, it shows you that all the prior versions. You can choose to install any of these versions. Unity automatically looks at your project and see that is there any conflict or conflict in the when installing this package. If there is no conflict, it installs that appropriate version, right? So in this case, this package has dependency. So in the bottom, in the right side, it gives you some basic information about what it is, what the versions are, what the name of that version, what the name of the package it is, and dependency, it shows you the dependencies what we saw in the project manifest. Same information is displayed here. In this case, these are all the things that need to be installed when we are installing that. So when you click install, it automatically installs all these versions automatically Unity, right? Once you install that, you can start using that in your project. If the project is already installed, for example, like if it is already installed, it shows you the tick mark. In this case, this is already installed. You can choose to remove that if you want to. Test framework. So in this Text Mesh Pro, it is already installed, but there is a new release, new version has come. You can update to the newer version. So you can click that and you can update to the newer version, right? So that's the packages from Unity registry. So we talked about what packages are installed in the project, what are in the Unity registry. It's a container from Unity Technologies, and that saves all the published packages. So package manager pulls from the Unity registry server, all those packages. Custom packages, in this case I have installed one custom packages, that's why it shows you the custom packages. If you not have any custom packages, that won't appear. My assets shows you that all the assets I bought it from asset store. So once you go to the Unity asset store, when you download any of the assets, it comes up, it shows up here. You can choose to install that anytime instead of searching that again and finding it, right? And then these are all the built-in packages, right? So these built-in packages, right, you can enable or disable, but you cannot modify them. If you disable that, if this particular package is used in the project, it will throw compile errors, but you can choose to disable that for whatever reasons. If there is any package coming from scoped registry, there is something called a scoped registry. That is, this is Unity registry, but you can have custom registry within your company. Choose not to use the Unity registry and have a scoped registry which is limited to those folks, and you can save the package, publish the packages for any reasons, security reasons or important reasons. You can publish the packages within the custom registry that is called scoped registry. If there is any, then that registry will show up here. So the packages can be embedded within the project. Within the project, those are all embedded package. If there is a package within the project, then that is called embedded package, right? Other thing is, so here if you click reset package to default, it resets all the packages to the default situation. You've got to be very careful. If you do that, it might throw errors. If it is used any of the other packages used in your project, it will throw error. So let's look at the advanced project settings. So this is where you create the scoped registry. right? You give the URL and the scope name of the scope, and you can publish that to the scope. You can publish your packages to the scope registry, and it is not visible to outside folks. You can show the dependencies and previews. So we saw some of the packages when we go to the Unity registry. We saw that some of the preview packages. The next one is you can see packages. You can add it from the local disk or tarball. Tarball is something where you can split your entire packages into pieces, where some folks need to use only part of that package. You can use that tarball method to use that. I never tried it, so I don't know much about it. Git URL, you can install the packages from Git site. Those are not controlled by Unity, so there are some limitations of that, but you can add packages from the GitHub or Git. So you just have to give the URL there. We'll talk through that in the deeper sessions. That's all about packages. So you can see any of these packages, you can expand the versions, you can install a particular version, and you can start using that. So if I go back to one other thing, important thing in the packages is, so if I go to wherever Unity is installed, so which is program files, Unity hub, editor, whatever the version of that Unity installation, go to that editor folder, data, resources, package manager, editor. It shows you that all these packages, right? So one of the important file is manifest.json. So here it shows you that all the packages and the minimum version, and this is very important. You shouldn't modify this file. Unity takes care of updating that, but you should not be modifying this file, right? So that is one important thing. And then other thing is, so if I go to packages, and important thing is package.manifest.json. This is your packages manifest file. So that is packages folder. So even though under packages folder you see all these packages, but in file explorer you don't see all those things. Under the test project you have packages. Under that you see only the manifest.json. Unity looks at this file and opens up the default packages when it is loads those default packages. Okay, so you can create this file. You can this is created automatically for you by Unity when you are creating a new project. But if you want to create a custom packages, you can create one. We will talk about that in a minute. So the log file is when you are installing the packages. For example, if I go to package manager, when you are installing the package, it has a dependencies. So when you install this particular polybrush or whatever it is, when you are installing that, for example here in this one high definition RP, it has all these dependencies. So when you install that, it saves it. Unity looks at this information. If there is no conflict when installing this particular package, it saves all this information in the log file, so that next time it is, instead of again going through the resolving the conflict, it looks at the log file and it loads that right version immediately. So it saves some time for Unity. More about the log file, we'll go through that in the part 2 of this video. So that is something that you have to understand, that what is the use for log file is. So now we'll go through the custom packages. So I'm new to Unity. I just learned myself by looking at the information on the YouTube and other places. So I came across one site just custom packages. So creating a custom packages. So this is awesome. Thank you, Mr. Scott, for writing this article. I want to make sure that credit goes to you, but I just wanted to learn myself how to create a custom packages. So in this case, custom packages created in GitHub or Git URL, but what I did is I just tried to create a custom package within Unity and see that. So what I did here is I created a folder called Unity package example. So that's a custom folder I created. Right here I created a file called package.json. You cannot create a file, you cannot create a so when you create a folder, you go to folder in the file explorer, created manually the text file manifest.json, right? Sorry, custom example packages, and then package.json. So that has very basic information. What is the name of the package? So like I said, it starts with com, and then whatever the namespace and whatever the custom name you can provide, and then display name. This is what it displayed, what in the package manager. This is the name, and what is the version, and then Unity minimum version and major version, and then description, right? So description 9.4, right? Control S. So that is the file I created. Once you create that, right, so if you come here, you can also edit here. You see that information, whatever I updated there, it reflects that here. So other packages, it doesn't allow you to edit the package.json Unity packages, but for custom ones it allows you to edit the package.manifest and give you, if there is any dependencies you can add that, but in this case I don't have any dependencies. Once you create a package.json, next one is create a script, whatever the package one. So I created a folder. So in this case, before creating assembly definition, what I did is I created the script. We'll look at the script, what it is. It's a very simple class. It has a class, right? First namespace, and the next one is class, and then just a hello world method, just displaying that hello world in the console. That's all it is. Once you do that, go to the folder here, you right click here, go to create assembly definition. So assembly definition is something like C# solution project, like that for Unity. So it compiles that script and creates the assembly definition. So I given the namespace dot package Unity package example. So once you do that, that's all you need to do. We created a custom package. Now how can we use this in the project? So I go to assets folder, scripts. So I have something called movement, right? So movement is just moving the cube horizontal, vertical, translate that into whatever the vector 3 into speed and delta time. But here you can see, first thing I am using namespace, whatever the custom package one I created that, and namespace I'm using it, and then message.hello world. So this is the method we created under this package. So I'm just calling that here. So when I run that, you can go to the console, it shows you that the message, whatever it is in the package. Very simple. This is just a very introduction. I just don't know, I'm learning as I go through. This is the overview of package manager, as well as how we can create a custom package, and then some of the files in the file explorer, what to, and important things we have to know. So one is package.json, and then manifest.json, which is shows you all the list of all the packages, and then one in the editor, with, where Unity is installed in that editor, manifest.json. Thank you very much. If you like this video, please subscribe. Also, I'm going to add this link into the description, and you will you can use this one. So this particular document was very useful, and it shows you how to create a name in assembly definition and push it to GitHub, and installing the package in, you can use this package in any other project. Once it is there in the Git, you can utilize in any other project. You can install that, right? And also, this is the Git project he has published. Thank you very much.